Roger Rowe then will line up on pole position for the first round of the Premier Choice Group 750 Formula Championship for 2010. Alongside him on the front row is Nathaniel Cooper.
Roger Rowe then on pole position, a man who's won several races over the past couple of seasons, but you'll see the drivers just wiping some moisture off their visors, so these far from ideal conditions for these slick-shod 750 Formula cars. It's going to be a very treacherous 30 minutes plus 1 lap for the drivers. The race gets underway now, and there'll be some wheel spin down the grid, I'm sure, for these competitors as they make their way off the line and up to the first corner. It looked like Roger Rowe had got a pretty good start in the Centaur, but no, it's Nathaniel Cooper from the outside of row 1 that darts into the lead of the race. From Rowe in second place, it looks like it's then Bill Rutter in third. There is the number 70 car of Guy Shepherd trying to go around the outside of Chris Goff there at the first corner Riches. We go on board here with Roger Rowe then. He's playing catch up as they head through Sear Corner. The leader is Nathaniel Cooper in the Davis. You can see the red rain lights glowing from the rear of that car, and Rowe is aiming for it. He's going to draw alongside. He uses the tow very effectively, and Roger Rowe takes the lead of the race, but can he hold it all the way to the S's? But a problem there, and that looks like Chris Goff is involved.
Yeah, Martin Kemp was the other man involved in that incident up at Sear, but the leaders are tiptoeing their way through the S's. Really tricky conditions for these powerful cars as they wind their way out. And there's Dave Robson now looking up the inside of Bill Rutter as they head down towards the bomb hole, and Robson is through back up into 4th position, so not at the best of starts, but he's on a recovery drive now. It's Dave Robson as we go on board with him. Excellent on-screen graphics from him today as we see him making his way around Coram at just under 70 miles an hour, which in these greasy conditions takes quite a lot of courage as they head down into Russell Chicane. A little bit wobbly there from Nathaniel Cooper under braking, and further back it looks like Paul Morris is coming under pressure from one of the Shepherds, but he's had to go over the anti-cut there on the inside, and it looks like, yes, Max Shepherd has got past his brother Guy.
Onto the straight they go then. Max Shepherd incidentally had an off in qualifying and did some damage to the front bodywork of the car. Didn't get too many laps in as a result of that. Meanwhile, up at the front, it is still Roger Rowe leading. Nathaniel Cooper in second place. Rod Hill, after that great start for him from row 4 of the grid, he's up into third place in the Mystic, the 65-year-old from Atrophy de la Zouche. There is the number 5 car then, and it looks like Bill Rutter has lost another position there as well since Dave Robson got through. Here are the leaders then, about half a dozen or so car lengths between them as they head down the Revett Straight. We go back on board then with Dave Robson, who's about to put our third place man under some pressure, and that is Rod Hill. Robson, who's had to rebuild his car since an accident at Mallory Park in the final round of the championship last season. The car was hit from behind by the Marrow of James Culver. When Dave Robson failed to get off the line, it caused quite a bit of damage, but it looks like the car is up to speed now, and he's going through into third position here. Once again, he uses the tow to get there.
Up the inside at the S's then, a good move there from Dave Robson, but the back end's away, and he's into the tyre barrier, the Armco barrier rather, and, well, it didn't look like too much of a heavy impact, but he certainly lost a lot of positions. There are the Shepherds going through. Let's see the front of the car. It's a bit bumped, but nothing too drastic, fortunately for Dave.
Well, yes, it looks like he'll be able to continue going, but let's have another look at that from a different angle. And I think really he was just caught out there by the greasy surface, wasn't he? Just careers over the earth and the grass there. A light contact with the barrier, pretty much head on. It may have done a little bit of damage to the front split of that car, but no more, I don't think.
Rod Hill is still under pressure. Oh, this time a big lock-up from Paul Morris as he tries to smuggle his way through on the inside at the S's, but he's not going to get through there as they thread their way through. So Rod Hill coming under quite a lot of pressure now for his third position as they make their way out towards the bomb hole. It is still Paul Morris behind him, and then behind him is Bill Rutter as they head towards Coram, and a spin for Bill Rutter. I'm not sure if there was contact there or whether he just lost it on the exit of the bomb hole, but Bill Rutter has rotated.
He certainly has, and it was lucky not to collect the 2 Shepherds that were coming through next. Meanwhile, here's a challenge for third position then, and it's successful. Paul Morris, the retired naval commander, goes through ahead of Rod Hill. It looks like the 71 car, Max Shepherd, following through as well and getting up into 4th position. So a good comeback here for Max after his misdemeanour this morning, but now Rod Hill fighting back, the two of them side by side as they go across the line and then just drop downhill ever so slightly as they go into Rich's Corner to start another lap. But Paul Morris now in the number 11 car up into 3rd position. Shepherd, it looks like he's lost out again, but he does have the inside line for Richie's corner. He'll hold it all the way to Sear, and he has gone through eventually.
Looks like that Shepherd car is stronger in the corners than Rod Hill's car. And what's happening here? That's Bill Rutter again. Bill Rutter has spun at Rich's this time and avoiding action there, various cars, and well, a bad day for Bill Rutter.
Yeah, Martin Kemp just making his way through. Here's Nathaniel Cooper, our 2nd place man. Then is he going to come under some pressure from Paul Morris? Rod Hill, a spin for the number 13 car. So Rod Hill, who was up in the top 3 in the earlier part of the race, but was gradually dropping down the order. Well, he's dropped a bit further down now because he's had a moment.
Yep. Here's the replay. I think it was Guy Shepherd looking to the inside, and he wasn't really anywhere near alongside. He was probably trying to get out of it by that point, but Rod Hill turned in, and the contact, I'm afraid, was inevitable.
Yes, I don't think there was any blame to be attributed there. It was very much a racing incident, and in these difficult conditions one can almost forgive things like that happening. We're coming up though to the end of this race, and Roger Rowe, well, after getting past Nathaniel Cooper on the first lap, he's been pretty much in control of this one, and he's about to take the checkered flag. Onto the centre straight he goes. You can't quite see it because of the moisture on the camera lens there, but Roger Rowe does take the first round of the Premier Choice Group 750 Formula Championship.
And there's a spinner at Russell on the final lap. That's Nigel Harvey facing the wrong way, but all the front runners have managed to avoid him, and it will be Nathaniel Cooper coming home to finish where he started in 2nd place under quite a lot of pressure from Paul Morris, who's had an excellent drive really from Paul. He's pulled out to try and get past, but he's not going to get through there, but from 10th on the grid, that's a very solid race for Paul Morris.
Yes, it certainly was. And let's have a look at the confirmed finishing order then. 24 seconds was Roger Rowe's eventual victory margin, but his best lap time at 1 minute 37, 15 seconds slower than the qualifying mark. Nathaniel Cooper 2nd, Paul Morris 3rd, then the Shepherds following each other home, Max then Guy in 4th and 5th. Martin Kemp was 9th, and 10th Chris Goff after their early tangle. But let's hear now from our race winner, Roger Rowe.
You lost the lead at the start, but got it back pretty sharpish.
I got wheel spin to start with, and I couldn't get any grip on the tyres.
How difficult was it going out there, having only done a formation lap in the wet? We saw one guy spin off at Rich's on the formation lap.
Yeah, it was very, very slippery until the tyres got a bit warm. I had to keep the pressure on because my tyres are 3 years old, so I was trying to keep the heat in them all the time to try and find a bit of dry surface, but not too bad.
Excellent, and you must be you must be looking forward to this season. A great way to start the season.
I am now, certainly.